Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Positive Pods on the Positive Radio Network. This podcast, as you all know, is dedicated to sharing ideas and thoughts to help us all live our life every day in a positive way. And as you've heard me say before, many occasions on these podcasts, that includes 4 key steps, daily steps, and an underpinning and overarching heart-centered mindset. And so for each podcast, we'll talk a little bit about one of those things or a collection of those things. And today I want to focus on, of the 4 daily, the daily 4 steps, I want to focus on the third. So we have gratitude, which fuels your attitude. So gratitude fuels a positive attitude, which then gives you courage, which then allows you to stay committed. So commitment. So gratitude, attitude, courage, and commitment. Today I want to talk a little bit about courage, because I was during my daily routine this morning, I was going through my devotionals and I was reading the Bible, and today's Bible verses were centered around courage, and I thought it was so applicable because I was feeling inside of me this desire to have more courage in taking leaps of faith. And I mean that, leaps of faith. I have a sign behind me here, and you can see it, I think, on the wall. Let your faith be stronger than your fear. Faith over fear. Right? That's the equation, faith over fear. So today I want to talk a little bit about faith over fear in the context of courage. And it reminds me of a quote from Franklin Delano Roosevelt that I have on my iPad here. It says, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear." Let's think about that for a moment. So it's not the absence of fear, it's actually the fact that what you want, you're assessing what you want. Sorry, this incense is blowing right over us here. So what you want is more important than fear. So as we go through today's podcast, just think about that for a minute. What is it that you want? And why is fear holding you back? What's more important? What you want, your belief in what you want. So it's not just the thing you want or the goal that you seek. It's your belief in that goal. That's the equation where your belief, i.e. faith, is stronger than your fear. That's what Franklin Delano Roosevelt is saying. And I think, that if you know, I love Dr. Wayne Dyer. I love Michael Bernard Beckwith's work around how your faith and your inner being, the vibrations within you, is your calling, and let your calling unfold. But you have to have faith, and you have to believe in that unfolding, unwavering faith and belief. And Dr. Wayne Dyer says, you have to be in spirit. You have to be one with the source energy. And to do that, you have to go inside yourself. You have to listen to yourself and your spirit. And that listening exercise builds belief, builds faith in what you, and conviction, which gives you the courage to overcome. And I think godly courage is kind of like that. God wants us to use our talents, our unique talents and passions, to do what we're meant to do on this planet, to live our purpose for God. And if you're not religious, think about it in the context of living your destined purpose, which is encoded in you, the reason why you're here, why you're on this earth. So I think fear comes from not believing enough in ourselves. Fear comes from not believing that we can do all things through God. We can do all things that we set our heart and mind to. It isn't just believe it, it's believe it in your heart. And so I think courage overcomes fear because fear focuses on our weaknesses and courage focuses on our strengths. That's why faith has to be stronger. Focus on the strengths, focus on the good, focus on the positives, focus on the opportunities, and take the leap of faith to overcome your fear. Where has fear stopped you? So this is a question I wrote down today. And where is fear stopping us from doing what we know in our hearts we're destined to do? To live our purpose, to live a purposeful life. To find that and to overcome that, we have to dig deeper into why fear is holding us back. Because fear has a bigger number than belief and faith right now. If it's holding us back, there's more fear than faith. So we have to divide that equation up and focus on why. And then think about the opportunity. Go back to your positive attitude. Go back to gratitude. Say, I can do this. I can overcome this. And here's why. And then list the things that you can do. Those little steps of courage that you can take today to get you over that, to make that faith stronger than that fear. To do that, it isn't an intellectual exercise, as many people think. We oftentimes, if we want to change our life, if we want to get better, we have to map out a plan. And we have to identify the obstacles and we have to overcome those through a detailed plan. And that's using our heads a lot. That's using our minds to think through it. And it's also externally focused. What are the things we have to do? What are the things that we have to overcome? First and foremost, flip it on its ear. Flip that equation. I like to say 3 things guide me. 1, it starts with the heart. So it goes heart first, hands second, then head third. Oftentimes we think first, and we think about what are we going to do. So we think, then we do, and we believe. We leave our hearts out of the equation. Or if it does come in, it comes in last. Like it starts to build confidence in us because we did something successful. But if you leave it last, then the first time that you don't succeed in something, if you fail at it, so to speak, you're not going to have that strong belief because it's third in line. So flip it around. I say heart first. Spend time really understanding what you're pursuing and why. Deeply believe in your cause, in your goal, in your pursuit. Then think about, or not even think about, believe and then do something about it. Have the courage to do something. And by doing, you're learning. You're now thinking about how to do it better. So heart first, then do. Believe, then do. Then think or learn. I think it's Albert Einstein said, no, I think it was Thomas Edison. Edison said, I never failed at making the light bulb. I learned thousands of ways where not to make it or how not to make it. So it isn't about failing, it's about learning. And you can't learn without doing. And why do without something you believe in? So believe first, do, and then learn. Learn from that. When I think about courage, I'm going to shift gears and think about courage in the context of starting. We talk about courage as starting something. What about the courage to stop? The courage to stop trying to control your life. The courage to stop trying to have the answers for every little detail. Because again, that's going toward the think first model. Have the courage to stop controlling it. Have the courage to give up and have faith. Have faith in God. Have faith in the universe. Have faith in yourself that you'll figure it out. then you have the courage to start. Then you have the courage to do something. And if you're doing something, ground it in doing something in the service of others. We shouldn't do something for ourselves. We do it for others. And when we do it for others, that comes back to us. The courage to believe, the courage to give up control, builds stronger faith, and the courage to do something today toward that. So, as we kind of wrap up, I want to leave you with a prayer. God's verse here says, "I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope." And what I think he's saying, what the Lord is saying, what God is saying to me and to us, is he knows the plan. So he has the plan. Let us have faith. Let us have faith to pursue his plan. And to do that, we have to listen to his voice. We have to listen to our hearts, that whisper, that inner voice that our soul, that God or the universe is speaking through us. Then I'll quote Dr. Wayne Dyer as I will, all right? Decide on the one thing that you would like to work on today toward your belief, toward your goal. What does your heart want you to do today? Then work on that. Don't think about it as a long-term objective. Just do what your heart thinks you should do today. Listen to your heart. The You Are a Badass calendar, this one is, if you truly are committed to kicking ass, right? This is what she says. Jen says, you'll want to strengthen your relationship with the universe in the following ways. Learn to quiet your mind and receive the information it's trying to send you. Now, what I'm saying is, learn to quiet your heart. Learn to quiet your mind and receive the information your heart is trying to send to you. Learn to quiet your mind and receive the information your heart is trying to send to you. Trust that information. Have faith. Your intuition. Jen calls it intuition. It's faith, it's belief. Trust in God's plan. It provides all the answers you're seeking, no matter how terrible. Now, how terrifying, forgive me, no matter how terrifying, how unacceptable that voice, that plan may seem today. Trust it. Have faith and believe in it. Surrender, and she literally says this, Jen says this, surrender and have faith that when you bravely head into the unknown, the universe has your back. Talk about the verse. For I know the plans I have for you. They are plans for good, except that you don't have to know how to do it, and you don't know how to get to it, and that the universe will lead the way. I know the plans I have for you. The universe will lead the way. God has a plan. They're saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing. Universe, God. So whether you're religious or not, just know this. There is a plan for you. There's a future for your life. It's within you. It's in your heart. Listen to your heart. Have courage to listen today and pursue it. Take a baby step. Take a step forward through faith. Let faith be stronger than your fear. So with that, I want to say thank you. Thanks for listening. This was a bit of a long one, a bit of my own riffing off of some of the things I've been learning about this week and today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've taken some value out of it. If you have, I appreciate that, and it warms my heart that you have. Share this podcast if you'd like with those that you think would benefit from this podcast. Go out, have faith, do some things to laugh today, to learn something new today, to laugh, belly laugh, deep-hearted laugh, to learn something new today, to truly love, to let your emotions bring you to tears, tears of joy, tears of happiness, tears of sorrow. Feel, that's what that means. Feel your emotions today. So laugh, learn, love, and give. Give something good to others today. A small gesture. Do something good for other people today. Give of your talents. And give yourself the chance today to do something for yourself, for your future. So learn, laugh, love, and give. If you do that, that's one heck of a day. That's a day worth living. And it's a day toward your future, toward your purposeful life, and toward a positive life. So thank you very much. If you want to reach out, please feel free to do so. positivepods@gmail.com. You can reach out to me anytime. I appreciate you. I wish you well, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great week. Take care.